Installation of carpet is without a doubt one of the most boring topics on planet Earth, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward through this video and give you step by step how to get this done so you can get the results on your own. What's good, everybody? It's Carpet Mike here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com. I'm going to walk you through how to install carpet in a bedroom with a wood subfloor, step by step, working your way all the way through so you can do the same on your own. So first things first, we got tack strip going around the room there. When you're installing tack strip, you basically want to trace every single wall and leave it a fingertip space or maybe a quarter inch from the baseboard so you have room to tuck. Next, we need to get the padding down. We're going to go ahead and unroll our shots, rough cut everything in, line up those factory seams. All right, life is good. We're going to get our stapler. We're going to staple that down. You could also tape it down, tape the seams and tape a little bit of it to the tack strip if you want to go that route. Either way is just fine. Once it's all secured to the floor, you want to trim everything in. And when you're trimming it in, I like to say use like a hairline gap from the tack strip when you're trimming it there. So when you stretch it, it doesn't bump up onto the tack strip and make your life miserable. Because then you got to go ahead and pull the carpet back. You have to trim the padding back again, blah, blah, blah. Horribly boring and tedious work there. So we want to go ahead and leave that hairline gap so when we stretch it, life is good. Next, we bring the carpet in. You see how I kind of fold it up all funny like that and spin it around? This is so you do not damage the walls. Take your time. Carpet backing is like sandpaper, and you will undo a lot of work you've just completed if you're the one doing the paint. Next, we're going to go ahead and set our set wall. And that's where you just kind of lock it onto the tack strip, get it secured in place. We're going to go around the closet here, get all that because that's part of our set wall as well, and lock it into place there so you're ready to stretch hard across the way. So set wall, we're just locking everything on. The hard wall, we're putting that mean stretch on. I'm using a crab stretcher to pull all that slack to the other end. Once it's pulled to the other end, I lock it on with the kicker, crease it on, then you go ahead and trim and tuck it in. This wall right here, that was run net. That means perfect to the baseboard. That is a set wall as well. And then we're going to that opposite wall, using the crab stretcher to lock that into place and stretch it on with the knee kicker. Trim and tuck using a razor blade and a hook knife. Watch your fingers so you don't lob them off and take your time. So now we're at a doorway. We got to burn a seam. I go ahead and peel the carpet back. I trace one of the lines on the backing to get a nice clean cut. And if you're new to this, just drop a straight edge on the backing, run your blade on it, but be careful that you don't run your blade through that and into the existing carpet that's on the floor because you'll undo a lot of progress you just did. Next, we got our fill piece. I'm going to go ahead and line that up, make sure everything's good. Now, when you're burning your seam here, probably one of the key things you want to keep in mind if you're a DIY type, you're new to this, is when you're putting it together, do not let the carpet fibers fall down into the seam glue. Take your time. Make sure it's backing to backing, touching, and this will help you get an invisible seam. Not all seams are going to be invisible. I know all the punchlines are going to show up right now. None of yours are ever invisible, Mike. I know. It's adorable that you pay that much attention. Next, we're going to go ahead and drop the seam iron in there. Now, I like to cook it on about 4. That's the hottest setting. And when it's on the hottest setting, you can let it sit there for about 8 to 10 seconds and you slide it an iron's length forward. If you are a newbie, a DIY person, I'd say set it at about 2.5 and let it set for about 15 seconds in place. Slowly slide the iron forward. Make sure the glue's melted behind it. And if it is, you can go ahead and put that seam together. When you get to the other end, you're going to do the little swoop technique. Wait for it. Pay attention to what I do here, because if you don't do it right, you can pull part of the seam tape and glue out with the iron and make a mess of your carpet there. So watch it. See how I do this little, wait for it. Whoop. See how I spin it up like that? That's how you want to remove the iron to help ensure you're not going to get glue all over the top of the carpet. Go ahead and put that last little bit together. Let that sit for about 10 minutes. Make sure it's completely dry. And once it is, blast it on and you are good to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next